Okay, so today we are doing oil change on a Mercedes E250. Now this is going to be the same as GLK250. Anything with a 1.9 liter Bluetec engine is going to be the same. Therefore, got the man filter. This is a man HU7010Z. I'll put an Amazon link in the description. These were, how much was this? $7, I think. We got a couple of them. And then we also have a man air filter. We'll show you that here in a little bit. First thing we're gonna do with this car, get a straight screwdriver. We're gonna give her the old quarter turn. A little rub and tug there. And that's off of there. I know, that's not funny, Nathan. Anyhow, we're gonna get, so there's two different things here you could use to get this off. One, I'm going to show you both of them. One is our standard wrench. Now, and there's SUV. I'll put a link for this in the description. This is like $5 or $6. And we'll put a link for this in the description. I don't remember how much this was. It wasn't that much either. This is an actual aluminum cup. Almost dropped it. You see that? Aluminum cup. And this has a 3/8 hole in the middle. Or you could also use a socket. And you can see, before we do anything else in the oil change here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, some asshole put that on there way too tight. What we're going to do, we're going to break this loose. It's going to let a little bit of air in there. We're going to open this. Get off of there. And theoretically, by breaking the seal on this, you can hear it draining back down in the oil pan. That's going to pre-drain our filter housing, so when we drain it out the bottom, all the oil comes out. So let's lift her up in the air, and we're going to take the bottom shield off. We'll be right back. Gonna take her off, boys. Here we go. So we're going to zip off to start off with. I'm going to leave that one in there just a little bit. This one's fairly simple. There you go. That's how you do it, right? There's our handful of bolts. We're gonna throw those up here on the old workbench. And here we are. Take a little look-see here, boys. And right here's our drain plug. And what is that? Is that a 14? Or is it not? It is a 13. What am I thinking? 14's Japanese, 13's German, right? There's that. Let me grab the old ratchet. Really very easy job. Obviously, we have a lift, so it's a lot easier with the lift, like anything else. Before we get too happy with that, let's get this over here. You gotta watch out. These damn diesels are gonna spray stuff everywhere. Let's get that way up there. Way, way up there. Oh. I think we're gonna go like right there. I got a black shirt on. We're starting off the right way, right? Black shirt. Open your eyes really wide. Long, skinny plug. It's guaranteed to make a freaking mess. But, let's see. We spill any? Oh, damn. Look at that. Nice and dark. But you can change this thing constantly. And that's the way diesel is. Just blackens the oil instantly. It doesn't smell like diesel though. Let's feel if you want to smell a finger. Yeah. So, like I said, he bought this car. He doesn't know anything about it. So we're not going to chance it. We're just going to go and change it and be done with it. This crush washer is a little bit raggedy, so we're going to replace it if the man filter does not come with one, which we're about to find out right meow. Man filter does not come with one. Luckily, we got a little suitcase of those. And so here we are. Now, you don't want to use a cheap filter because what's going to happen if you use a cheap, I don't like to use frame or anything on these cars because when you tighten the cap down, it'll crush this and cut off the oil supply. That is not a good time. So we've got in the main kit, we've got a big O-ring for the lid. We got two smaller ones that go on the shaft. We'll show you here in a second. We'll be right back as soon as this finished draining. Okay, so we're gonna wait to put the shield back on. We're gonna go ahead and pull this off. And that's all drained out nicely. You see it's pretty dark. I'll wipe that off. Jeez. There it is. Pretty black. What does it have in it? What'd that say? Poland? Okay. Unless it's some kind of Mercedes factory Poland filter that me nor anybody else ever heard of. I would say that's possibly not up to par for this engine, which is another reason every time you buy a car, you need to see what it has. If you're kind of stickler like we are as far as having the right filter in it. I'm going to start off by picking this thing out. Just like you pick your nose, pick your O-ring off. New one on. Hands are a little oily. I like this shirt I got on, but I keep fiddling around with the oil filter housing in close proximity. It's going to not be an adequate shirt to wear anymore, right? Which has happened more times than I like to count. These are fairly stiff, these O-rings. And something else, when you get a cheap filter, you do not get new O-rings with it. So that could be a problem in the long haul. Taking the third one off. Well, you guys are saying, Nathan, you make it look easy. Well, I've done this actually a few times, so on this exact engine. So it's definitely not difficult. Now, let's stick our finger down here a little bit. We're going to get a little bit of oil. Put these O-rings like so they don't bind up. And take this. I think that actually needs to go like that. Yes, sir. Let me get my ratchet back out and our cup. A snug, a slight bit more. If you go any tighter, you're just hurting yourself. Kicking yourself in the nuts if you go any more than that. We're using a mobile one. This is the Walmart special. A lot of you say, oh, you can't use Walmart oil. You're stupid. You're stupid. It's the same oil anybody else sells. 5W30, which is what this one, they didn't have, use 530, 540. There's many different options you can use. They did not have 540 in this spec, I think is what the deal was, wasn't it? And this is the European, isn't it? Synthetic motor oil. This wasn't the European. I thought it was. We got European oil and something. I don't know. But anyhow, it's totally fine. No funnel. Why not? Why not? And we need 7 quarts roughly. There's 5. I crank the other one open. And we need to pour 2 out of this. I break these usually halfway and just push them back. You'd be surprised how many engines we had apart and found the foils off of oil jugs in there. So we're at the very top. When you pour it down to this line right here, which is 2 quarts out. Getting close. Very close. We're on the line. We're good to go. And then what we're going to do, put the oil cap back on it. We're going to cut the camera. We're going to Phillips start this for a second, turn it off. We'll make sure there's no leaks in the bottom. We'll put the shrouding back on. Okay, so we're all back together here. Nothing really to it. We're gonna go ahead and throw that back in here like so. Got 2 nubs that slide back on. We're set the front down. We'll find the screwdriver. I'm gonna go up here. We'll give her the old quarter turn. Took a little bit to find it, and that's it. That's it for the oil change. I would say this car is probably like a level 1 being the easiest. Some of that's because we have a lift. If you don't have a lift, I give it a level 2 because 2 out of 10, because you have to take the shield off laying under it, which kind of sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. That's gonna be it, guys, all for the Mercedes 1.9 Bluetec oil change. We'll see you guys later.